You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
If you guys remember, I believe this was like in February, NHL teams started having all of these Pride nights. Now, of course, you guys know that Pride Month is actually in June, but I said it before that all of these Pride events, Pride is pretty much 12 months out of the year. It is Pride year. It never actually ends. Now, when it came to the NHL, one of the first players to actually, say, no, I don't want to be a part of this was actually Ivan Provorov. Now, his team had these Pride warm-up jerseys, if I remember correctly, and he actually refused to actually participate on the ice. Now, this was only going to be in the warm-ups where the players would actually go out there with these rainbow warm-up jerseys. And Ivan Provorov said, no, I'm not going to do it. I am a Christian. I'm a Russian Orthodox Christian. I will not compromise on my religious beliefs to virtue signal. Now, of course, when the game actually started, there was no players actually wearing these jerseys. They went back to their regular jerseys. It's all a virtue signal to appease the mob. And of course, the woke media, they were out there and they were slamming Ivan Provorov. They wanted him cut from the team, all this other stuff. They had no respect for his beliefs. You see, this is the problem with all this virtue signaling. They want you to bend the knee completely. Ivan Provorov didn't say anything bad about the alphabets. He just said, hey, I'm a Christian. I don't believe in all this. And let it be. But of course, they couldn't let it be. But however, because of him, other players started actually taking a stand too. They refused to wear these Pride jerseys. It became a huge distraction for the NHL. And then the NHL actually said, all right, we're going to revisit this thing. And then the NHL just banned all Pride jerseys. And I'm pretty sure the Wotes out there lost their mind. And right now, the preseason is actually going on right now. NHL regular season is going to be starting up here soon. So the NHL sent out a clarification on their stance about all this virtue signaling during the game. So we're going to be talking about that in this video, guys. But first, go and check out blackandwhitenetwork.com. Click on the membership tab. Become a member today. Memberships just start at $5 per month. And you get access to our Friday streams. And if you want to join on the silver tier, you actually get to be on the panel every single Friday for our member stream with me and Rhodes. And if you guys don't want to do that, you can become a channel member here on YouTube and get access to the same thing. But if you are on the website, click on the shop tab. We got some new merch in the store. You can check out our train station shirt. Take it back t-shirt right here. 2 different versions of it right there. And our Black and White Nation tees. Use the discount code USA First, all one word. We're going to give you 25% off. So let's go ahead and jump into this, guys. NHL sends updated memo clarifying previous guidance about special team initiatives like Pride Night. Now, newsflash, guys, NHL said, nope, there will be no Pride jerseys in pregame. You cannot go out there and do stuff in the pregame. You can do what you want off the court, off the ice. But when it comes to being on the ice, we're going to be there for one thing, to play the game. Look here. The NHL was asked questions by several of its teams about what they can and can't do for special initiatives like Pride Night. Those concerns came after the league delivered its clubs a memo last week titled Game and Practice-Related Special Initiatives that many franchises reportedly found far too restrictive. ESPN's Ryan Clark reported that in response to the issues that teams brought up, the NHL sent out an additional memo on Thursday to clear up any confusion. The new memo specifies that the old edition was only meant to relate to official on-ice conduct and would not limit any off-the-ice celebrating of specialty causes. Yeah, so when you're at the game, you're not going to be wearing any pride jerseys. But if the team is not playing, you want to hold an event, that's up to you. That way it doesn't actually put the players in a bad position to compromise on their beliefs. All of this news follows Commissioner Gary Bettman's statement from this past June, where he indicated that as official league policy, teams would no longer be allowed to wear any specialty jerseys during warm-ups this season and for the foreseeable future. Quote, players should be encouraged to express themselves off the ice, Clark Report's new memo states. He adds that it also outlines that player participation in club-related messaging is voluntary if permitted. Teams are still allowed to host specialty groups at games, and players have the freedom to wear whatever they want off the ice, as long as it falls within the guidelines of each team's respective dress code. Yeah. So even if the player actually wanted to wear a pride jersey, it ain't happening at games. It's not going to happen. The new memo states that the specific times that players may not wear specialty jerseys are during games, in warm-ups, or at an official team practices. The only additional guidelines are that no player can be forced to participate in any events for specialty causes, because some players might feel retribution or embarrassment if they decide to not take part. That working tracks with Bettman's words from the offseason. Quote, I suggested that it would be appropriate for clubs not to change their jerseys in warm-ups because it became a distraction and taken away from the fact that all of our clubs in some form or other host nights in honor of various groups of causes, Bettman said. Quote, we'd rather those continue to get the appropriate attention that they deserve and not be a distraction. The commissioner in that June interview went on to say that players would still be allowed to support particular causes, pride, hockey fights cancer, military appreciation, etc., and be free to model specialty jerseys, but will just not be permitted to do so on the ice. Hence why the initial memo didn't specify the league meant purely on-ice activities would be affected, needed to be updated. So there you have it. No more pride jerseys. It's not going to happen at all. And I'm pretty sure the Wolves are going to lose their mind because there will be no more virtue signaling at games. It's not going to happen, and especially not involving the players. I mean, this makes sense. I mean, when I worked in the regular corporate world, I mean, we didn't do any of this pride stuff. You know, that would have been very, very divisive right there. But a lot of the stuff that we did, volunteer stuff, that was off the clock. You know, it wasn't doing official business times. We didn't have any of that. And I can't imagine, you know, any regular job, you know, hosting like a pride event. I just don't see that happening. You know, especially in the field. I came from the oil and gas field. So that definitely was not happening in the office. Yeah, we had Christmas parties, Halloween, stuff like that. It wasn't divisive. But this whole pride thing, man, is very, very divisive. And the NHL has said, nah, it ain't going to happen anymore. So that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.